Good morning and welcome to Facebook Live. Bear with me while I just sort my computer. Good morning. There we go. Okay, I give people a chance to come on. And if someone could let me know that you can hear me okay, that would be wonderful, because I know we haven't got Philippa today. Morning, Tracy. I'm just hoping that you can hear me okay, which I'm sure you probably can. But it would be a shame to do it if you couldn't. Although I don't know. Good evening from Melbourne, Wendy. Lovely to have your company. And we've got Jeanette as well from Melbourne. Wonderful. Excellent. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much, Tracy. That's brilliant. Lovely. Hi, Ruth. Lovely to have everybody's company. Okay, it's really weird. My phone and my computer give me different messages. It is really weird. You would think they would all come through at the same time and everything. It's very strange. Anyway, morning, Andreen. Thank you for joining us. And I can see that we've got Christine as well. It only tells me some people. It doesn't tell me everybody for some reason. It's I don't understand it. But anyway, who, you know, yeah, I'm not going to go there. Hi, Jax. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera and get on and share with you some birthday card ideas, because February is a big month for me, as I know it is for some other people now as well. Hi, Leonie as well. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera and get on. Bear with me a moment. Hi, Jenny. Thank you for joining us. Right, let me just get the position right for my camera. Swizzle my lights round. That doesn't look too bad. Morning, Catherine. Oh, I've got my chair caught under my desk now. That's better. Okay, so we had our calendar page recently for anybody who's not in the calendar group. It's the create your own calendar, and each month we ahead of the month before, so we've obviously just done February. We have our calendar page workshop where I share a technique, and this is what I did for February, and I just loved it. And I just thought it would just make such a lovely card. It was the background as much as anything, using the Beautiful Blooms stencil, which I have here. So I've literally just masked off the daisy that I want to use. Oh, Jeanette, tell me about it. I know the feeling. Hi, Gail. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Marion. Hi, Brenda. Lovely to have all your company. Yes, so my background was made up using the stencil and the daisy from the Beautiful Blooms collection. Yeah, Beautiful Blooms. And then obviously the flowers are also from my Beautiful Blooms die set, which is still available. And you get these lovely skinny frames that you can cut out the flowers. You can also cut out the back shape as well, so that you can put the skinny frames on and the pieces in between, because you get the lovely petals fall out as well. It's a lovely die set. So we've got 3 different flowers in there. We've got what I always call as the Mary Quant flower. We've got some hearts, and we've got some lovely centres, which you will see the design team use a lot on other flowers. So these work with any flowers that you have, and all of the flowers give you these skinny frames. But the one that I've used, and I have to say is my favourite, is the daisy one, because it's just so fine and delicate. And then the leaves I actually use from my lovely leaves, which you might find one out there still. I don't have it still, but I do still have the Beautiful Blooms one. So I just thought this lovely stencil background would make a fabulous card. So bear with. So I have some female birthdays this month. So this was my version of a birthday card, but using that same technique. And I've used, when I did this one, I used picked raspberry and spun sugar and kitsch flamingo when I did this one. And I just loved it. And I had some really lovely glitter card. Emma from the design team bought me some really lovely glitter card as part of my Christmas present. And just beautiful colours. It's from a company in the UK called Jelly Bean Crafts. But it die cuts beautifully. It's really sparkly, but the glitter doesn't fall off. And I used it with Hazel's sentiment dies, which came off die cut beautifully as well. And then I've added Enjoy Your Special Day on a piece of vellum, because Tracy got me into the vellum, which I do love. And I just like to put a little hint of colour on the torn edge as well. I just think it really lifts the vellum up off the card as well. But I love with the vellum that you can actually see through and still see that lovely design underneath. Hi Wendy, doesn't matter you're late to the party, don't worry. Just glad you joined the party. Okay, and so for February, I have both boys' birthdays. I have my cousin's birthday, which I hope she's not watching because she'll have seen her birthday card. And I have Emma from the design team's birthday. And I feel like there's another one. Oh, yes, and Matt Sarah's birthday as well. So Owen and Sarah are both 30 this year. So I thought I've got to do a male version as well, haven't I? So I got Hazel's star stencil out. So I use this star. And I created a similar background to my daisy using the stars. And then I used a bit of the happy birthday stencil as well in my background. And I used Hazel's stars. Now, I don't know if these are still, I don't have any, but whether any people have still got them, like stockists have still got them, I don't know. I know that somebody posted about Hixie Soft having a closing down sale. And so she did mention that they have some of Hazel's older products. So if anybody's looking for anything, then that could maybe be a good place to go. And I've used Hazel's sentiments and I've used my Sweet Pea numbers as well. So I thought it was just really good to do a male version. So very similar, but just wanted it for, obviously this one's Owen's. I'm going to make a male version today, which will be Matthew's, and I'm going to make a female version today, but I'm going to use reds because Sarah's favourite colours are reds, and I'm going to do red glitter cards. So let me move these out of the way. I have all my bits sorted, so we should be able to get 2 cards done without being too long. So I have a piece of super smooth, let me just... Sorry, I was doing something else yesterday and I've just realised I've left stenciling all over the glass mat. And I don't want to get it on, ruin these cards. These have got to go out, you see. So I need these to be top quality. Okay, so I have a piece of super smooth card and I have cut it down so that when I put this on my 5x7 card blank, I'm going to get that nice border of card showing around the edge. Okay, so I'll put that to one side. Need to bring my daisy stencil back in, and I'm going to use my little Studio Light sponge daubers or blending tools, whatever they're called, I've forgotten. And I'm going to use Festive Berries, Lumberjack Plaid and Barn Door. I had a little play yesterday with some colours. I thought Candied Apple would have been good, but to me it's a bit rusty. I would have said that was more Barn Door colour. Whether there was colour on my blending tool, I don't know. But so I've gone for, I think that's Festive Berries, Barn Door and Lumberjack Plaid. But they're the 3 that I'm going to use. So I'm going to start with Festive Berries. And when I did it yesterday on here, having my practice, these are a bit heavy. So I'm going to do it a little bit paler, if you like. So I'm going to take some of the ink off before I go to my cards. I've just got this little scrap bit of card here now. And that will help me to take just a little bit of the colour off. So I'm going to load my brush, my blending tool up. And then I'm just going to take some of it off. And then I can come in, and it doesn't matter where you start, but I do like to start sort of as a bit of a focal point. And then I find it easier to move around my card and line everything up. So I'm just going to come in, holding my stencil down. I should have got my make art board out. I've got it for my miniatures kit that I'm doing, which I haven't done anything of, but I need to get it back because I do like that the magnets hold everything in place. So just going gently, and then I'm going to come back in and just put a little bit more heavy ink around in the centre. So that is my first one. And I just wanted to say hello to Joe and to Hilary. Thank you for joining us. And to Donna. And to Lynn. Oh, lovely. And Yvonne. Fabulous. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate this. This is lovely. Okay, so then I'm going to take... Now, you can wipe the ink off in between each colour, because if you don't, you're going to end up... I mean, it's fine, but you'll end up making your own colours. So next up, I'm going to do Lumberjack Plaid. And I do want to be able to see the difference between the colours. So I'm going to overlap my petals. Let's just lift this up. So I'm going to overlap my petals slightly. So you can see just here that we're just overlapping them ever so slightly. Going to start off really nice and pale, and then I can build the colour up. Now, with your ink pads, you get to know which ink pads are really juicy, which ones are a little bit tired. So you can evaluate the pressure that you need to put on to get that difference in the colour. So I love where you overlap them, that you can actually see the other colour underneath. And then when I take this away, you can see that we've got different colours, which I just love. So again, I'm going to wipe my stencil clean. So I'm literally just going over with my filthy dirty cloth, which I must sort out and wash again. And then we'll go to Barn Door. So again, load my brush up. And this way, by taking the ink off as well, you learn how deep or how wet that actual ink pad is. So again, I'm overlapping my daisies. And again, just nice and softly, bringing that colour in. Making sure I go right up to the edges so I get the real petal shape showing. And then I just go in a little bit heavier in the centre so you get that definite definition. Oh, just seen some more people have joined us. Fabulous. Thank you very much. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Irene. Hope you're well, lovely. Hi, Bev. Okay, yeah, you did say Bev. Enjoy your little visit and enjoy your catch up. Okay, so I'm going to take this colour off, and now all I have to do is repeat the process. So all I'm going to do is I want to put Barn Door over here now, because I want to try and mix my colours up as much as possible. So again, holding everything in place, nice and softly to start with. You can always build that colour up. You can't take it off. Oops. So I just want to make sure that nothing moves. But I just want to make sure that I get different colours where I possibly can next to each other. So I don't really want two colours the same next to each other. So now I know that this one needs to be my Festive Berries. Again, just wiping my stencil off before I start, and let's have my Festive Berries. This is a new ink pad, so I do know that that's quite nice and juicy. So again, let's just keep trying with your stencil until you're happy with how it's overlapping. Come in nice and softly to start with, making sure you're holding your card down as well. You can always tape your card down if you're worried about it moving. I need to put that back on and just add a little bit more colour to the middle. we go. Just because I like that, gives a bit of a gradient in colour then. So I'm also going to do a festive berries up here as well. So let's go up like that. And it's always worked out really well when I'm joining them all up. I shouldn't really say this because I haven't done this one yet, but it does seem to work out quite well of linking everything up. Lovely. So now I could have a barn door over here. So let's wipe my stencil off. And it is good to do that extra bit of tape around it, just to give you that little bit of leave room with if anything moves. It's just, it does help just to keep it so you're not going to go over the edge and get something where you don't want it. Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, I just thought, like, I know Sarah's favourite colour is red, so I thought it's got to be reds. And just played around. I thought, should I do red and pink? And then I thought, no, she's not really a pinky girl, so let's go with red. And let's get some of the different tones of red out. I mean, I've got about 6 different reds, so it's like, let's try using some of them. Okay, so really happy with how this is building up. Just wipe my stencil off. So we haven't done anything with lumberjack plaid, so we must need a lumberjack plaid in this one. So let's have that one there. So you're now going to be creating like little bits and pieces, but these little bits and pieces are really important as well. So you do need to make sure that you get as much of the stencil showing. And I also find that as long as you have, or if you can get the centre in there, then that's always a good, like that just defines the shape a little bit. We could go there, couldn't we? Then it's only overlapping a little bit. And then just add a little bit of darker bit. And then this one needs to be the festive berries. I know it's only little bits and pieces now that we're putting on, but they make all the difference. So do take your time and fill in those gaps. Again though, making sure that you're mixing the colours up. So again, this needs to be barn door over here. Let's wipe my stencil off. Bring that down a bit. Morning, Mary. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, I think the colours actually worked really well as well. And I just think it looks so different in the different colours as well. So, you know, all the different coloured ink pads that we've got. I mean, even if you just made backgrounds like this, it would be lovely. And then you can sit there, you know, you've got a set of backgrounds and you can turn it into a birthday card, a thank you card, whatever card you need. So just going round, filling those gaps in. And I do like to put, I don't know if you can see, let me just move them over a little bit. So I like to put the blending tools in the lids now. I've really found, somebody suggested it to me, and I really found that it's helped not picking the wrong sponge up. Okay, Lynn, no worries. Have a lovely morning and enjoy your catch up. Okay, so this one needs to be lumberjack plaid. Let's just catch that. There we go. You just need to make sure you hold everything down. But like I say, if you've got a make art board, then get it out and get those magnets working for you. And if not, you could tape your piece of card down so that your piece of card isn't moving, so you're just holding your stencil down. Oh, just like, I love it. I mean, I think it would look beautiful in blues as well. I mean, I'm obviously going to do blues and greens for Matthew's card, but I need a star one. I don't think Matthew would appreciate me doing daisies. Okay, so we need one more down here, and it's probably, no, it's lumberjack plaid. Okay, so let's bring this in. Now, some of the colours don't really matter if you don't clean them off. And we might get a bit of a different tone, but that's fine. Okay, so because your blending brush will pick up the ink that is already on your stencil. As long as you don't mind that, then that's fine. But when I'm doing this, I just need to do a little bit down here. When I'm doing the star one, I am definitely going to wipe my stencil each time because I'm going from blues to green. And I don't want to, I'm going to get totally different colours. Do I need a little bit up there? Why not? There we go. Okay, so I think that looks fabulous. I'm just using one little flower on a stencil. Oh, Jean, that sounds lovely. A walk and a hot chocolate. That sounds perfect. How lovely does that look? Isn't that lovely? You could use a sticky mat, Jax. That would be fabulous. I have to say, Wendy, I bought the big blending tools and the little ones are really useful to have for doing things like this and little stenciling. And then I did the little folders like Hazel suggested. I should have put acetate on them because it would have helped them stop the colour going onto the card, but it's a piece of A4 card, you know. I could always cut this off because I've got all my Velcro bits on here. So I just bought a pack of Velcro dots and then my sponges stick to it. So I have what's meant to be yellow, red, orange and green. And then I've got green, blues and purples. But yeah, so that's a great way to keep your little blending tools and then they can pop back in there and it's easy to see which one you want. The little ones, they're Studio Light. So I got them from Hazel, but I'm sure Jeanette can get Studio Light. She buys Studio Light products, so I'm sure Jeanette will either have them or can get them for you, Wendy. But they are lovely and they do the spare tips as well. So I just bought those and then I got some little Velcro dots. Yeah, Catherine, this makes such a difference. I'm sure it was Catherine, wasn't it? Yes. By masking off those areas because you just don't want that extra bit coming out when you're stenciling. Oh, there you go. Jeanette's going to get some. Perfect. Oh, Jax, yes, you could do an A4 piece. That would look lovely. It's funny you should say that. I did something yesterday that was an A4 piece. It wasn't stenciling. It's something I'm going to show you after next week. But yes. Irene, yes, I do find blending brushes much easier than blending tools, much easier than brushes. However, when I do the Matthews card using the happy birthday, the sponge daubers don't get in here very well. So I did find that using a brush was better for the very fine detail on the wording. So I would highly recommend brushes in certain places, but I do find blending tools easier for all over stenciling, definitely. Okay, right, so that's my background. Let me just wipe, let me get rid of my stencil and my scrap paper. And I don't think I need these at the moment, so let's just put the lids on them. I'm so wary, I'm such a messy crafter, I'm so wary of I don't want to ruin the back of any of the card or anything. Okay, so I have already torn some vellum. Not sure I'm happy with either bit, but I think it'll be okay. I have die cut I die cut 3 of my daisies and did them in red glitter, and how gorgeous do they look on there. Oh, I just love this red glitter card on here. Isn't that beautiful? And then I'm going to put, out of the Sweet Pea numbers, I've done a 30, but I'm going to put the, now you'll be very impressed, the ordinals with it. And then I'm going to have happy, and we'll use birthday down here. So then I just wanted something like enjoy your special day, and I could actually put it a little bit behind the birthday as well. So I know I'm going to use this piece and I'm going to stamp down on here. So I'm going to bring my press in. Let me move this to one side. So I am going to, and I know I want to stamp around here, and I've got my stamp book out. That now this, in all of my stamp sets, you get lots of different sets. Right, it's come back. Okay, please can somebody tap, right, there's some hearts, lovely. Oh, I thought we'd gone, I thought we'd lost it. Okay, so this was, if in case you didn't hear that bit, this is Wendy Vanessa's idea, where we take all the sentiments that come in individual sets out and put them together in a folder. So this is my one that started off as happy birthdays. I've got my dictionary definitions. I've got a circle set that we used to do, and some other stamps in here as well. So I do plan to do it with other stamp sets, because you get a lovely sentiment, and you know, you've no idea which stamp set it was in. So I'm going to use the enjoy your special day again, because it is a special day for her. So I'm going to pop that down on there, and I don't know whether to do, I think I'm going to do this in black actually, because I do want it to stand out really nicely off of the red. On the pink one, I did it with a VersaFine pink coloured ink, and then I realised it won't dry on the vellum, so I had to go over it with clear embossing. So I'm not sure that whether my VersaFine, I don't suppose this will dry on it thinking about it. It probably won't, will it? Because it's vellum. So what I'm going to do is bring my sentiment in, and I'm going to put some clear powder on it. Now, I didn't wipe my bit of vellum, and I did touch it, so there is a chance that it will pick up. No, it's fine. Good. No extra bits. Okay, I'm glad that I'm back. That's fabulous. Thank you. That I didn't even realise that I'd gone. Let's get rid of any powder. Okay, so now when I heat this, because it's vellum, I need to do it just on my first heat setting on my tool, not the second one, it's too hot. Just do it on the first one. And I try and lift it off the glass mat a little bit so the air can get through it, because it's quite difficult to hold and heat embossed vellum. I don't want to burn my fingers, but at the same time, it embosses so much better, or the powder will melt so much better if the air can get underneath. Okay. Whoops. I was trying to show you, but I'm not doing a very good job of it. It is a good idea, isn't it? And it is something that I should take my time and actually go through. Yeah, so now that's going to be fine on the vellum, but we've got that lovely, where I've done it with a clear embossing, it's like enamelled now. So it's going to look lovely. Okay, so let's start putting our bits and pieces. I think I need to, as I know roughly where this is going to go, I need to place my piece of vellum down first, and then I can come back and glue everything else in. So I'm quite happy with where that is. Make sure that my sentiment is straight on my card on the front, and then just wrap that round to the back nice and firmly with your nails, and then do the same at this end. And if we put this on first, we can put some of our flowers over the top, and that is going to help to hold it down. Okay, so I'm trying to read Jean's message. You use old CD cases and stamp on card to go in them so I can see what I have. Oh, that's a good idea. Definitely. I just think if all your sentiments are in one place, like, you know, you want a birthday card sentiment, you know, you want a thinking of you or a thank you or that sort of thing. Doesn't matter that I've got a dirty mark on the back. Just be careful on the front, Julie. Make sure that's okay. All right, then we need to add, I think actually I'm going to do the wording first. I mean, I know roughly, let's pop them down so we've got a rough idea. I'm going to put the 30th on first. Now, I still have problems putting my glue on and getting rid of the excess. And I have found the best way is to glue it, put it on a bit of paper or card, so a bit of scrap. I'm going to pop that down over the top. Yep, so I've got to get the 0 in there as well. And that way I've taken off enough glue that it's not going to splay out. I've tried doing little dots and I have just got in a terrible mess with it. So I've found recently, if I block most of it off, I get the best results. Okay, so I do the same with my birthday. I did use the tweezers for a little while and they did help, so I should persevere, because the more you practice, the better you will get. But I have just found if I put it down, pop it down gently and then pick it up, I've just found that it just seems to work the best for me at the moment. So I want to get my birthday on nice and straight. And especially with, I'll do the T first, especially with little letters like this that have got absolutely nothing much to put the glue on. I've definitely found it the easiest way to do it. Yeah, Jeanette, I need to practice. You know what it's like. I just feel all fingers and thumbs with them. And the more I practice with them, I should then be able to use them or be better with them on the demos. I just feel so cack-handed with them when I demo because I don't use them all the time. Okay, so the birthday has just caught the top of the vellum, which is great to hold it down a little bit. So I'm literally just being quite messy with my glue, you can see. And then lift this up. So then we can place our happy up there. I don't mind if my flowers overhang a little bit because I do have that little bit of space, that border around the edge of my card, but I don't want them to overhang so that when I put them in my envelope, it's going to mess everything up. So I'm going to put the bottom one on first. Right. Okay, so I'm going to overhang this just a little bit. And that's just caught the edge of the vellum, which is perfect. And then I don't mind if these overlap a little bit as well. There we go. Okay. Right, I keep seeing all these messages. I'm going to read it in a minute. I just need to grab a piece of cardboard. So as I was telling people the other day, I bought a new kettle and the packaging from the kettle has been perfect for cardboard. It's a really nice weight, but I'm nearly out of it now. Might need to buy another kettle. Isn't it funny how you can get funny about the cardboard that you use to attach or use on as your foam pads for your card, honestly. And I'm blaming Brian for this. He won't mind. I know he's not watching because they've had to go out today. So they're going to watch on catch up. Okay, so just place this, whoops, roughly in the centre. Firm that down. There's nothing on the front that's going to harm by me pushing down. Sorry for the wobbling. Oh yeah, I could get a toaster instead, couldn't I? Brilliant. Oops. I just picked Matthew's card up with all the bits inside. It just fell out because it's the other card over here. Okay, so this is my card blank that it's going to go on. Put some more glue on the back of my cardboard. Make sure I've got plenty. So it's going to stick nicely. And then I can pop this down, making sure my border is even all the way around. And then I'm going to turn it over and just put a bit of pressure on so it can really start to stick. Oh, I've just thought of something else I'm going to do. And I hadn't planned this, but let's do this. Okay, so the inside. Okay, sorry, I'm desperately looking. Oh, I'm looking for Hazel's stamp set that's got the verses for the inside of the card. So I'm going to stamp that first. So let's bring my press back in. Let's take that stamp out, pop that back in my sentiments. And I'm going to wipe. I've done with my cloth now. I'm going to wipe the inside of here because it got dirty. So now I'm going to put my card in and I've got it upside down. Okay. So I must remember to put my sentiment like that's the front of my card. So I'm just using my press so that my card doesn't get spoiled when I pick my sentiment up. So don't forget that you can turn it around and have the card upside down, inside out, however you need it to use your press properly. Now, I know I've got a bit of ink. I don't think you can see that. There's a bit of ink on my door. I must wipe that off because the card isn't laying flat. And if it catches it, I'll get ink where I don't want it. So make sure that nothing's moved. It's nice and straight. Oh, I didn't ink it up properly. That's because I'm trying to do it balanced over the top of my computer. Let's try again. So next time, because I've done it once already, I don't want this to be as firm. So I really just want a real fairy fingers. Okay, I'm not doing very well up the top there. Why is that not coming out? It's the birthday. Let's try again. Okay, that's better. So I'm happy with that. Got my verse for inside. Now I'm going to bring back in my stencil and I'm going to add, probably with just the ink that I've got on the blending brush, I'm going to add a couple of daisies on the inside, just so it's going to really blend in with the front of my card nicely. I don't mind if I go over the top of my writing a bit. Just be careful that your ink isn't too wet or anything. You don't want to smudge it. Okay, and then we'll just have a little bit over here. So I've used all three again. If you keep turning it round, you will find a way that it's better, that you're getting more of the daisy, or that they're overlapping on the petals better. So do have a little fiddle with your stencil. There. Now, I just think that finishes that off so beautifully. How many people are going to have such a lovely birthday card like that? Yeah, we are. I am a cardboard snob. I'll be happy to say that. Oh, that's fabulous, Yvonne. Lovely. Donna, you've probably gone now, but I feel for your visitors. You can watch on catch up. I am so chuffed with that. And I will decorate the envelope with a few stenciled daisies on it as well, just so it follows it through. But how lovely is that? I love this stencil. I really do. Okay, so let's put the pink version away. And I think we've got, have we got time? Well, I'm quite happy if you're happy. Okay, so let's bring it in. Let's get rid of my reds. Let's bring in my greens this time. Change my brushes. So for this colour combo, I'm going to have Lucky Clover, Mermaid Lagoon and Twisted Citron. And let me just sort out my foam blending brushes. Oops, let's put them in the right place. There we go. Now, just don't want to have messy fingers. Okay, so done the same again. I've die cut some bits. I did Hazel Star, and they come out with a frame and a solid star. I've done a happy and a birthday ready. I won't be using the vellum on this one. So I'm just going to do something similar to Owen's 30th, but do it for Matt for his, it's not a special birthday, so he's not having a number on it. What I mean. Okay, so I have masked off around my star again. You might want a little bit of tape on here because you don't want to get the edge of the stencil. So I will actually just add a little piece. It is going to hold it down quite a bit though on my mat. So, and I need to get my, right, I can move over a little bit, can't I? Let me just wait for the computer to catch up because I don't want to put it down and then you can't see it. So I am going to start with one that's in a good position on my card front. So that I want to make sure, let's get rid of this bit, that's gone the wrong way. That's because I covered it over for birthday. There we go. So this is a all right position for me to work with. So I'm going to start with Twisted Citron. I'm going to ink it up. I'll bring my scrap bit of card in that I use for Sarah's one. And I'm just going to take a little bit of ink off. And then I can come in. And with the stars, I went around the edge first of all. And I sort of tried to leave a little bit of white in the middle, just because I felt it works sometimes. Like this one's got a bit of white showing, this one has, this one has, this one has. It just gave, I don't know, just added a little something to it. So I would say that if you can, just start with going around the edge. And then we can, now this is obviously going to stick down because there's quite a bit exposed tape. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. Next up, I need to clean the green off. And then I'm gonna, now I didn't overlap them this time. You can see where the previous one is. So I just left a bit of space around it. Pick up some ink, take the excess off. So yeah, so I've got like a border around it. And again, I'm going to come in, I'm going to start with going around the edge. So I get a bit of a highlight. That was what I was trying to say, in the centre. There we go. So quite happy with that. I've got a bit of space in between the two. Entirely up to you how much room you leave, and it doesn't all have to be exactly the same. So don't stress out about that. So then we're going to come up here and we're going to put a green one. So again, Lucky Clover, going to wipe the excess off. Let's load the brush up because it's not got much on it. Leave a sort of similar, I mean, we could go, actually, let's go more in a line. Let's come up about there. So that we've got a line across, and then we're going to go back and fill in between. I do find it is easier if you work sort of systematically. Oh, I knew if I did that, but you still did it. I didn't want to put my fingers on the card to get rid of that bit. Okay, so now we can work out that we need, first of all, to wipe the stencil, because I'm going to go back to Twisted Citron. And I'm going to bring my star in here. So you want to change the angle and direction of the star. So you've got the different points going in different places on your card as well. We could probably have a Twisted Citron up here as well. So we do a couple while we've got the ink and that dauber. There we go. Let's wipe that off. And then down here we need the Lucky Clover. Now, whoops, I didn't ink up this time. I used the stencil, the blending tool, without inking up. So I have got slightly, it's still Lucky Clover, but it's a slightly softer paler shade. Golly, I'll get my words out in a minute. See, it's because it's nearly coffee time. Okay, so I am actually going to swap and put the Mermaid Lagoon up here. So let's make sure my star is positioned about right. The more stars you get on there, the more you've obviously got to look at. So do check that you're not too close, because you don't want to spoil it. That's lovely. And definitely want a Mermaid Lagoon down here, because it is a bit difficult with the pink tape in the way. That can distract you a little bit. So if you've got Scotch Magic tape, at least you can see through that as well, because it's a bit more transparent than this pink to see through. But just building up the colours. So here again, it's got to be, I need a different colour in there, and then it will be a Mermaid Lagoon up here. So let's do that as well. Okay, and it would probably be Mermaid Lagoon down here. Let's get that like that. And again, I haven't re-inked, so I'm getting those paler tones, which is nice because you're getting like a few more different colours from it. Okay, let's wipe my stencil. And we definitely need Lucky Clover up there. So let's put Lucky Clover in. Make sure, hold it down. I am definitely going to go and find my make art board and bring it back upstairs. We need Twisted Citron there. We can have a little bit of, right, let's get that in there like that. Bit of Lucky Clover down there. Yep, that's fine. We need a little bit of twisted citron here, first of all. And it is the little bits that make the difference. So just like with the petals, you do need to go in and add those little bits. So I think I'm actually going to do Mermaid Lagoon here, just with the point. There we go, just about get that in there. Make sure I don't move. Yeah, do you know what? I've got a crafts too, Matt, as well. I should, and it's, yeah, I should have got it out. You're right, that is up here. Thank you, Jeanette. I've forgotten about that one. It is amazing as well, you're right. And let's just have a little bit of blue in there. Okay, quite happy with that. All done. Perfect. So the next bit that I'm going to do is I'm going to use, let's clean the star first of all. Okay. So I'm now going to use the birthday wording. So I need to move my tape so that that part of my star is covered because I want to use the wording. And I did find, because this is very close to the edge, that I did go over the edge with my brush. So put a little bit on the edge so you don't go over. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that down and I'm going to bring in my brush, and I went with Lucky Clover last time, so I don't know whether to change it up. Oh no, I've got a green brush. Let's go with Lucky Clover. Okay, so I've got my wording in place. I hope that's straight. I'm actually going to stand up and make sure. Don't want to mess my card up. And I did find that this did work better with the brushes than with the blending foams, because I think the little brushes, this is quite small, and the little brushes get into all the nooks and crannies. Oh, isn't it fab? Don't they look lovely with those white centres? It's really worked well this time. So I like to do 3, so I'm going to do one at the top here. I will pick up a little bit more ink. So just work round in little circles. Be careful near the edge. Make sure you get, especially with the Y's. And then we've got right into the oh, just makes me so happy. I just love it. Okay, and then my next piece, I'm going to have, need it a different height. We'll have it down near the bottom. We might actually go, oh no, we'll have it just down at the bottom there. Perfect. I do like to do it in 3s and try to do it in like a bit of a triangle as well. So just working into those Y's, trying to avoid the edge because I don't want a line there. Well happy with that. How lovely. Fabulous. Really pleased. Okay, so then I have die cut, and I've done this out of a deeper, this is like a gunmetal, which I thought would be really nice just to have something different. And I'm literally going to put, actually I might put a solid and an open. And then we could just have one more solid. And then I might use that inside. Yep, right, I'm happy with that. Now let's put my lids on. I will do a little bit of stenciling, I think, inside like I did with the others, because I think that worked really nicely. And I did do it on Owen's, but I didn't use the Hazel's verse. I used a little bit of the stars and then the stenciling. So I was really pleased with that. So do something similar, I think, for Matthew's. Right, so let's get the happy birthday down first. I've only done single layers. I haven't layered this up. Now, I do think that the sentiments look amazing layered up. I think it looks more like an embellishment on your card if you do like the happy birthday and then do it onto white card, or you could do this onto black even. Or and you could do it like Emma does and leave a little, offset it a little bit so it's got a little bit of black behind it. That would look lovely. Okay, so I'm just thinking I'm going to stay away from my birthday a little bit. So I always get the day stuck down first, and then I can get the rest of the letters behaving and going on nice and straight. Okay, so let's pop our happy. I do hope that this inspires you maybe to give it a go, whatever stencils you've got. I mean, obviously I do think that the star one is a lovely one. If you don't have the stencil but you've got a star die, make yourself a stencil. Cut some different size stars. You can cut it out of acetate. You could just make a card stencil. You could do it, there is obviously the stencil, the Mylar that you can buy and cut your own stencils. And something like a star is a really nice basic shape. So it would die cut to be able to make your own stencils really nicely. So if you don't have one, but you've got a star die, let's get your dies out and get cutting. I'm going to overhang it a little bit because I do like that when it overhangs onto the card. And I do think it's just, I'm always grateful for any help with mail card ideas, because I do find them the absolute hardest to do, without a shadow of a doubt. Even now, after all these years. Okay, so a bit more of my kettle. Let's mark that so I can trim that down. Find my guillotine. Just chop that down. And then we'll stick our card on. Yesterday I did put these under my die cutting machine, the ones I made, just so that everything stuck down really nicely, got a really good firm adhere to the card. So don't be afraid to do that. Just because you've got bits on it, they'll be fine. Right, I'm going to I'm going to stencil this one, aren't I? I'll do this before. Let's bring my stencil back in. So I'm going to use the star again, so I need to move my bit of tape again. I'm just going to use what ink I've got left on my brushes. And just have a few stars. We'll just have the 3, I think. And then put one in there. And then I need to move my piece of tape so that I can do my wording again. I might need to put a bit more ink on here. And I'm going to have a piece coming off at the bottom. I'm sorry if I'm wobbling you. And we'll have a little piece over here. Let's make sure that's, don't go too near the edge with the Y's. The tape's coming off. There we go. So that'll be my inside. So I'm quite happy with that. And then just on my front, And then if you want to, I did add a few glosses to Owen's card. So we could add a few glosses if you want. Make sure we got it up the right way. Okay, so I think I've nearly got all my birthday cards done. I think I need one more done. Okay, bear with me a minute. Let's tidy up a little bit. Take these off of here. I mean, I could. Oh, that would look nice, wouldn't it? And then it uses it up. I'm going to end up with one star that I won't know what to do with. So bear with me. I think I want to cut another flower out now for inside of Sarah's card, maybe. Lovely. Right. Let's clear the decks. Okay. So we have Matt's card. We have, let's bring it up a little bit. Sarah's card. We have Sally's card, and we have Owen's card. Oh, I'm glad you're inspired. Excellent. How lovely do they look? I think I need to finish this one off inside, don't I? Yeah, look, that's got to be done inside. Because how lovely do they look with their insides done? Just beautiful. Oh, that was the other person. I knew there was somebody else. I found out it was Jeanette's birthday as well. Or it is Jeanette's birthday. Not it was. It is going to be Jeanette's birthday. So I have a few more cards to make. Bear with me. I might have to make something different for Jeanette, as she's seen how to make this one. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you so much for your company. I really do appreciate it. And I'm trying to think who's next on. I think Tracy was this week, so Tracy won't be this. I haven't got my calendar with me, and Philippa's not here. I tell you what, hang on. Oh no, I don't risk it. Okay, I will post with who's up next. It could be Joe, but Joe. I'll post on the page. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you do make some, please put them in the Crafty Friends, and I will see you again soon for a live. I know it's only Thursday, but have a lovely weekend. Hope you get up to something crafty. Please post about it. And excellent. I'm glad you're all going to be borrowing it. That's fantastic. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, and don't forget next Wednesday, 9 o'clock, new launch. Exciting. I can't wait to show you the parcel, and I'm waiting for another parcel today. Okay, I'll go now. Bye.